reported arrest of the former Egyptian military chief of staff, Sami Anan. Of course, just a week ago, he declared his intention to run against President Sisi in the forthcoming elections. What more can you tell us about his arrest?
Well, the arrest comes as the Egyptian Armed Forces says that Sami Anan has rejected several, he has violated many of the Armed Forces rules. If his candidacy has continued, Sami Anan would be the first military candidate against al-Sisi, or the first candidate with a military background. He has tried to run against al-Sisi back in 2014, but he has quit his bid way before the elections began. Here is more in this report about how this political scene is changing quickly in Egypt's presidential election.
Last week, former military chief of staff Sami Anan announced his candidacy for the 2018 presidential race to become the first candidate from a military background to run against President al-Sisi. But it didn't last for long. On Tuesday, the Egyptian Armed Forces released a statement announcing that Anan has been recalled for military investigation. The statement accused him of forging official documents regarding his service in the military, inciting hatred against the Egyptian Armed Forces, and denouncing his candidacy without the Supreme Council of the Armed Forces approval. The statement comes to dismiss all signs of division within the military institution, which Anan's candidacy fueled in the past few days. It's also a new sign from the military renewing confidence in President al-Sisi. 4 out of 10 days have passed over the presidential candidate's registration, yet no one has applied yet. Many, like Khalid Ali, are struggling to gather the required 25,000 signatures of support. After announcing that he'll submit his application on the 25th of January, Ali's supporters now say he'll postpone, naming challenges to collect the required signatures from 9 different governorships.
Until now, we can't judge whether Khalid Ali's campaign will be able to gather the required signatures or not. So far, they seem to be working very well. Maybe more so in Cairo than in rural Egypt. They didn't announce the number of signatures they had gathered so far, which might not be a good sign. But they still have a week, and maybe they can make it.
On the other hand, President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi has by far surpassed all requirements needed for his application. Earlier, on Tuesday morning, he has undergone the necessary medical checkups the Elections Authority obliges candidates to do. He is still postponing his application, though. In many occasions, the Egyptian president said he won't run for a second term if Egyptians don't want him to. So far, he has the support of more than 500 members of parliament and nearly 1 million Egyptians. But some analysts think that the president's campaign may be waiting for the number of popular support to increase even more before he submits his application. Adel El Mahrouky, CGTN, Cairo.
Well, certainly shaping up to be a very interesting...
And it continues on with these... Go ahead, Lindy, sorry.
Apologies there, Adel. But indeed, it seems like a very interesting election season that it's certainly shaping up to be. Thanks very much, Adel El Mahrouky, joining us there in Cairo.